everyone, welcome back to Pon Pon Nails. I'm here with Penny or the Pineapple. Just to give a quick intro on this week's video, which is assessment number 1 of NSI's Nail Technician series.
Hello and welcome to assessment 1 with the NSI Complete Nail Technician course. So in the background of this video today, you will be seeing me actually doing this course on my lovely husband Reese, while I have a chat and go through some of the things that happened. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the first assessment was pretty scary. I have been doing nails on myself and my mum, and obviously making press-on nails, but to do it on a new person who had very sticky cuticles, he is unfortunately a chronic cuticle picker, it was a lot. So I really did take my time working on these cuticles. This first assessment is all about prep. It's literally not to do with painting the nails or getting anything down. It is purely just prepping the nails. So I have sped this up a little bit to get us through today, because I did take a little bit of a long while doing it. I will probably mute the sound in the background because we were watching videos while we were doing it, but it was great. So I came into this course quite blind on what was going to be happening, what was involved, and to say that I was pleasantly surprised is an understatement. The NSI course had so much info in it, so in-depth and in detail. It explained stuff so thoroughly about this prep and actually gave me a really great understanding on why one of my biggest comments when people come to talk to me about getting press on nails is they say, oh, I used to get nails done, but X, Y, and Z. And the main one for that is actually that people feel like their nails were damaged once the person ripped off their nails. The other thing being that they felt like their nails were very burnt or they had rings of fire. And I would always say, oh, yep, it can happen, but not having a true understanding of why it happened until starting this prep course. And NSI really helped open my eyes to it. So not only do a lot of people seem to go a little bit too hard when they're filing or prepping, they use tools that are way too rough, way too strong, and they really rush their prep, or they rush prepping that nail. So that can often lead to a lot more damage than you think is going to happen. Our nails are very, very thin, so if you do go too aggressive with that prepping and going with like a harder sanding bit or a harder hand, it can really damage the nail. And it really did open my eyes to seeing why a lot of people have got that trauma around going to the nail salon. I think it's a great thing to have for me when I start taking on clients, because I'm going to know the concerns that a lot of people have, and I'll be able to combat it. Maybe I won't be the fastest nail tech in the world, but at least I know I'm being the safest for my clients. And this NSI course really just helped solidify that. Now I am using a single-use sanding spot here just to sand away the cuticles. This assessment, we were only able to use hand tools, which I actually really liked because it did show me that you don't need to be using e-files all the time. I felt like with this one, and I have done my mum's nails since, I had a much nicer, more even prep. My mum typically has her nails left quite easily and quickly, and she's found the retention is much stronger with using this little single-use hand file like this. The one downside to this tool is I did feel a lot of pressure in my hands, so I will be trying to figure out ways of making it more ergonomic for me. Back to the NSI course. It was so cool to see so many different ways of providing that information to you. Some people are visual learners, so they had videos where they were talking over them, they had slideshows, they had links to documents and articles that they're constantly updating, which is just so cool to see. It's so nice to also be able to talk to the educator, Chrissy, when you have any issues. She will chat to you straight away. Well, as straight away as she can. She is also a very busy woman. And after sending her my assessment, she gave me some really great feedback. She seemed quite happy with my results, which I was very happy with. And it made me even more excited to do my next assessment. I think something that I see a lot on social media nowadays is people trying to speed their process up and up and up. And this prep course really just helped encourage me to take my time and sort of think about what I need to have done instead of trying to rush. I will say as well, having my super long nails on, I think these are actually only just long, did make it a little bit harder. You can see there they are trying to come out of the gloves a little bit, but we persevere, right? With the filing, I am going in so lightly. So I am not trying to file anything down. I am not trying to get away anything. I'm just trying to take the natural shine out. And you can see sometimes I go back in with my hand for single use file on the cuticle pusher, and I really make sure that I've got it nice and clean. Like I mentioned before, my husband has got super sticky cuticles. They really stuck down to his nails. And that's just because obviously everyone can be different. And he's never really had his cuticles worked on. I have started requesting him to use cuticle oil as often as possible, but it's pretty hard to convince him to do good. I guess we'll see what happens. So now we have finished the prep, and before cleaning the cuticles up and taking away any of the dust and debris, we have to take a picture, show our progress. And then I am using a lint-free wipe with some isopropyl alcohol and cleaning it up. Just checking to see that it's all clear. I love there was a tip in there to use lint-free wipe or the orange stick to help get all the little cuticle pieces out. Making sure they're really nice and clean and clear and like this with no debris really helps with that retention time too. One other thing I really love doing is being on the NSI Facebook page and seeing the community posts from other aspiring nail techs with their queries and questions and what they're learning and what they need help with. And everyone is just so nice. Everyone is so caring and so considerate. It's not a toxic area. I've actually made some local friends that we want to help each other out and practice our nails on. So that's really cool. I'll put a QR code on here so you can join that Facebook group if you are interested. And now I am just dropping down some of the nicest smelling grape cuticle oil. It smells so good. Giving it a little bit of a rub in, making sure everything's perfectly clear. You can see I'm just really making sure there's no little dust particles left there. Reese does have very, very dry fingers, so sometimes I have to add a little bit extra when I'm putting it on him or when he lets me. But his nails look so much nicer after this. We didn't have time this night to put any gel or anything on, so we just rubbed the cuticle oil over the whole nail and took our final photos. I'm excited for the next week's assessment. It is net gel on nails, which we will have Reese as our lovely model again.
All right, there we have it. That was assessment 1, which luckily we passed. So we will be doing assessment number 2 this coming week. So join us on a Friday to check out how it goes. I'll see you next time. Bye.